Hey, thanks for coming back to Busigirlfitness. As I promised last week, today we're going to make mini egg bakes. I've heard from so many of you that you really enjoy the recipes, and so I have so much fun cooking. This has just been perfect for all of us. I'm going to start by just kind of running through the ingredients that we're going to use today. As you can see, there are not a lot of ingredients. I got my pan out so I could spray my pan. A little bit of salt and pepper for flavoring. Cottage cheese, which you might be thinking, oh, that sounds a little weird. We're actually going to blend that in with our eggs for a little bit of added texture and some great protein. We're going to use a green onion, a red pepper, and organic spinach as our vegetables. We're going to use both a full egg and egg whites. I prefer the egg whites because they're a little less fat in the bites. When I make them for my family, I use a little bit less egg whites and a little more whole eggs because they really enjoy the flavor of the yolk. For today, I actually went ahead and bought some pre-crumbled turkey. Breakfast turkey. You could fry up your own turkey. This just saves a little bit of time. It's been a crazy week and I need all of the time I can get. The last ingredient that we're going to put in is just a little bit of Mexican cheese. Again, a lot of vegetables and protein in this meal. This would be perfect for your breakfasts. Actually, it's so good. I think your kids are gonna love them and they're gonna grab them for breakfast. I like to eat them after a workout. If I'm not in the mood for a shake, I'll grab one of these little bites. They're great when you travel. You can put them in a little baggie and freeze them. And as long as your hotel room has a microwave, they're the perfect breakfast. It's also one of my go-to snacks throughout the day. Like I've said many times, it's loaded with protein, and so it keeps you full for a long period of time. The tools that I'm going to use to make this meal, it includes this mini brownie pan, and it's actually from Pampered Chef. My friend Karen Fisher is a Pampered Chef representative, and she gifted this to me, and she said, Michelle, I know you don't eat brownies, but it's the perfect dish for little mini egg dishes. So I know you're gonna love this too. The other tool that I am so in love with is also Pampered Chef. And this is my salad clipper. I didn't have it when I made the salad for you a couple weeks ago, but this is how I'm gonna chop up my spinach into tiny little pieces, and it's so easy. And then, of course, a knife for chopping the vegetables and a mixing bowl. We're also gonna use our Ninja mixer to kind of mix up the cottage cheese and the eggs to make a really creamy blended mixture to put our salads in. We're going to start by chopping our vegetables, and I'm going to use this little salad chopper, starting by actually unlocking it. It's so easy. You just put it in the bowl and start clipping. See how that's just nicely chopping our spinach into tiny pieces. So I used about a handful of spinach. You'll notice I'm not a good measurer. So you'll see that the spinach is in really small pieces. That's how I like it in my eggs. I don't like it when it gets caught in my teeth and I smile and I have green chunks in my teeth. And so I do chop it as small as possible. So here's our chopped red pepper. I like to cut them up really small, and then our chopped green onion. Now that our vegetables are prepped, we're gonna go ahead and make our egg mixture. We're supposed to use 5 large eggs, but I'm only going to use 1, and we're going to do the rest with the liquid egg whites. So here's our egg. So our other 4 eggs are gonna come from the liquid egg whites, and that will be 3/4 of a cup. So remember, the cottage cheese we're adding is gonna add some texture to the dish, as well as give it a lot of protein. We do need 1/2 of a cup of cottage cheese. The last thing we're gonna blend in here is our salt. I like pink Himalayan sea salt. And pepper, and you would just do this to taste. So, Ninja Blender, one of my favorite kitchen tools, makes everything so zip easy. We're gonna go ahead and blend this up. See how nice that looks? It's just creamy, fluffy, lots of protein. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese. If you wanna measure it out, it would be about 1/2 of a cup. I'm just gonna go, I like cheese. I'm gonna throw a little bit more in there. We're gonna add our green onions. I really like the flavor of green onions, so I'm gonna put just a little extra in there too. Our red peppers. And our spinach. Last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and add some meat. This is pre-cooked, and so it makes it super easy. Dump it in there. So we're just gonna go ahead and stir this all together. Take a little peek at what that looks like. So we are gonna go ahead and use our pan to spray down our mini brownie pan. If you don't have one of these, they're pretty nice, but if you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can use a cupcake or a muffin tin. Our last step is actually pouring the mixture into our pan. I'm kind of sloppy. Doesn't this look good? So you can see all of the chunks of vegetables and meat and the cheeses. You know, when I go to Starbucks, this is all I order. So I was really excited when I could make something relatively similar at home. I preheated my oven to 300 degrees, and I'm gonna go ahead and bake these for 30 minutes. Do they not look delicious? Look how they puffed up there. I am gonna get one out. I'm gonna go for this big one right here because I'm really hungry. I hope you guys like these yummy egg bakes as much as my family does. Make sure to try them out and comment below. I'll see you next week, Busy Girls.